Hello, everybody. How is everyone? I'm so glad to see you here. I tell you, I was running fast. I was upstairs. Mark came home from work and he had gone by the grocery store. So I helped him put away groceries. And then I had all the stuff made for meatloaf. I made 5 pounds of meatloaf tonight that we cooked in 3 separate loaves. And then I'm going to cut them in half and put them away for the future. Lately, I have been a cooking fool when it comes to overcooking, cooking more than we need and freezing it. So anyway, I was talking to my daughter because we're all talking about this whole coronavirus thing. And I looked at the clock and it was 10 to 7. So I didn't wash or curl my hair. I just washed my face and got dressed and came down here. So I'm here. Hello. Is anybody having a problem? I see Marcia and Polly, Kathleen, and my Susan. And I said Polly, yeah. Maureen Collis. Kathleen Ziegler. So, hello. Anyway, so I grabbed a bunch of stuff on the way down. I came down here this morning. Oh, and let me know. Oh, Kim is here. Cheryl Hogan is here. Yay. Let me know if you see Jody, okay? But I came down here this week. Every day I've been working on this room. And I got to tell you, it's a lot of work. And but I said, I'm not just cleaning it, I'm cleaning it right. Okay? Because I thought, the more I got cleaning, the more I thought this needed it. So I am so glad to see everybody here. Okay. Well, tonight starts our new undersea quilt project. So we're going to get right to that. I had hoped to have my completely finished flamingo, but I got to be honest, I didn't have time to finish it. I meant to. I really did. Well, by the time I went upstairs to I had to cut up 2 onions and dice some carrots and, all this stuff, garlic and all that. By the time I got all that done and helped unload the groceries and talked to Mark to tell him the latest I'd heard about the coronavirus, and then my Katie called and talked to her, I was upstairs 3 hours. I didn't mean to be. I meant to be down here getting ready for this, but I'm here. Oh, good for you. Good for you. So, I want to just talk to you just briefly because I saw yesterday people talking about, this coronavirus, they're overdoing it. It's no big deal. Today, when I was down here cleaning, I had NPR on, and I trust NPR. They give good news, scientific news, and they had 2 scientists on there today. And I want to tell you, this coronavirus is something. One of the men is an actual lab scientist who's working on a cure for one of the viruses. And I just want to tell you, no matter what you hear, like I've told you the other day, make sure you get scientific information about this coronavirus. And let me tell you why it does matter. It got my attention when I realized what a bad problem Italy was having with it. And the medical system is so overwhelmed in Italy that the doctor is having to triage patients. He's saying, this person has a better chance of surviving than that one. Send that one home. Keep the one that has the better chance of surviving. This is what they're having to do. This is not a made-up story. This is real, folks. And the scientist, I listened to both of the scientists for well over an hour, and I listened carefully because if I tell you something on here, I want it to be accurate as I can get it. And what they said was, this is a brand new virus. We have no immunity to it. None. 80% of people, if they're healthy and young, 80% of people will get over it, no problem. But there is that 20%. This is young, healthy people. Of that 20%, a number of them will die. One of the problems it's sounding like is people are getting viral pneumonia. They don't have much in the way of treatment for viral pneumonia. If it's bacterial pneumonia, they can give you antibiotics. Viral pneumonia, you either get better or you don't. All they can do is give you supportive care. So please understand something. There was a woman just lost her 50-year-old husband who was a lawyer in good health. Well, actually, he's in critical condition the last I heard. She said, please be careful. Please be careful. So the biggest problems are this. The biggest problem with this virus is it spreads rapidly. This country goofed up. We still do not have enough testing going on. South Korea, which is a small country, but see, they went through the SARS epidemic and they learned. They're testing 10,000 people a day. We have, out of all this time, have only tested 11,000. Now, why do you need to test? You need to test because you have to know how it's spreading, where it's spreading, so you can protect the right number of people. The other problem is in a regular flu season, our hospitals get overwhelmed. Our medical system gets overwhelmed. When we have a pandemic, which is now, this is a pandemic, our medical system cannot handle the load. So what their suggestions were, and I'm not trying to scare anybody. I'm not trying to scare anybody because being scared is not going to help you. Being smart will help you. What we need to do right now is hunker down. We need to distance ourselves socially. Try to get no closer than 6 feet to someone. They're now saying today, they thought you had to touch something and then touch your face. They now are seeing that it may just be, you can catch it from the air. That's not good, okay? Because hand washing, you still wash those hands. Do not shake hands. I don't care if it's your mother, your grandmother, your uncle. Don't shake hands. Don't touch other people. Keep your distance from them. But you're going to find schools left and right now are closing. And they said the best thing we can do is isolate ourselves as much as possible and try to slow the rate of infection down. If we can slow it down, then our medical centers will have an easier time of taking care of us. Okay? You understand? So it's not being blown up. It's not being overspoken. I listened to scientists because I wanted to know. I wanted to know the truth. I've gone to numerous news sources and I wanted to hear the doctors and the scientists. Listen to what they're telling you and avoid every chance of getting this. You can be out in your yard, but just don't run up and hug the neighbor, So my son called me this morning and he said, Mom, I know you wanted to come up next week, but I don't want you to come up. And I told him that I was kind of coming to that conclusion myself. He said, I don't want you to take the chance. And he said, I woke up this morning with a sore throat. So, and he, is in a band. The band has had numerous engagements canceled. And he said, when he woke up with a sore throat, he said, okay, I don't know what this is. But he's been around people and everything. He's going to now start doing private lessons and classes online by videos and by LiveStream. And he said, I can't, we all have to hunker down. Now, the good news, see, that's the thing. I'm like you, Susan. I'm diabetic. I'm almost 64. And I've had double pneumonia. I have asthma. I'm a high risk. I can't take the chance because I know if I just get the flu, I get bronchitis or pneumonia. So I know what this would do to me. So he said, Mom, I don't want you to travel next week. I also had a retreat I was supposed to go to Monday and Tuesday. But we have patients now all across North Carolina. And we just had 2 confirmed cases in my city. I'm not going to the retreat. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. So I'm just going to stay home. I'm going to work on quilts. Now, we're hoping that Mark, they'll start telecommuting. My daughter, who works for the state of Maryland, as of Monday, she's telecommuting. And I hope Mark, I told him he needs to insist to know what is their plan, because his building is got a really bad environment anyway. People get sick there all the time. And so everything I'm giving up will be for naught if he has to go into work and gets exposed to it. So colleges are closing. So just look at it this way. Just kind of hunker down. Get some good books. Get a lot of sewing done. Only go out when you absolutely have to. Okay? And it's not being scared. It's not being a ninny. It's not being silly. It's being careful. I know that from my standpoint, each of you means so much to me. And I'm not willing to lose a single one of y'all. And I hope you feel the same way too. So you know what? I survived an ice storm. I had 3 little kids and we had no power for 5 days and I made it through. We can do this, guys. We can do this. Think of all the sewing we can catch up with. So if you have the luxury of working from home or just staying home, do it. Mark went to the store tonight. He's going to go to the Walmart grocery store, pick up a few little things we need, and then we're planning on not going anywhere. It's a good time to get delivery if you want to buy. If you want to get pizza, have them deliver it and don't, pay online and have them just put it on the porch and go on. And if we do this, it's like my son's, I got emotional that I wouldn't be there for my grandson's first birthday. But he said, Mom, it's better to miss this one and be here for the others than to take a chance and not be there. So you see what I'm trying to say? Better to be safe. I want all of you to be safe. And you know what the good news is? If we get hunkered in and we're all bored, we'll do this every day. We'll have a live stream every day, just chat and have a good old time. Do you know our group's IO has a chat? So sorry to take up this much time. But I saw somebody the other day talking about, it's just a little bug. It's no big deal. Oh, people are getting carried away with it. And I kind of went, what? Because I'm not going to take a chance of any of y'all having anything go wrong with you, because I love all of you and I want you safe and sound. Yeah, I would rather be there. You're right. I would much rather be there. So anyway, I just wanted to tell you, I've looked up, I have checked out for the best scientific current health information there is. And I want to tell you, this is serious, and we can't, there aren't enough tests. We can't handle all the big stuff. What we can handle is what we do with ourselves to keep ourselves safe. Also, the doctor said, keep yourself healthy. If you have vitamins, take them. Eat fruits and vegetables. Get plenty of sleep. Go to bed early. Tell yourself for the next 2 weeks you're going to go to bed early. Don't stress yourself out. Try to relax. Try to eat good foods. He said the healthier you are, if you do get it, the better your body can fight it. Okay? So that'll give you something you can do. Take care of yourself. Get plenty of rest. We're going to get through this. Okay? We're going to do this. We're going to do it. They said if we kind of hunker down now, then it'll be so much less, and we can start going back to what we want to do. In fact, Mark told me tonight they're going to have the NASCAR races with no fans there. So that'll be interesting. So anyway, but I hope I didn't scare you. Do not want to scare you. Just want to make sure you are safe. Okay? That's great. It's a great time to start a landscape. You'll have plenty of time to do it. So anyway, all right. I've got lots of things to show you, but I want you to be looking for your background. Your background can be any color, any fabric that you want it to be. And I promised y'all, pardon me, I'm dropping fabric on the floor. I promised to show y'all, and some of you were here Sunday, so I'm going to show you kind of fast. How did I know that I was going to be an art quilter? And this is one of my early quilts that I did for a little garden quilt contest. And I decided to show all the problems in my garden. And these are kind of the things that let me know that art quilting was in my future. All right? Then I showed you this because this is the fabric that I bleached to give it just the right pale shade I wanted. And all of these fans I took and bleached the bright green and bright yellow to give them a soft silk fabric look. And some of these, you might have seen all of them. I plugged in my City Lights quilt, and that's a quilt that I did a lot of thread painting on in Trapunto, so the buildings actually come out, and then I put 150 lights on the quilt. Because you know what? It's fun. It's fun to play. All right. This I made back in 2014. I bet you Michelle remembers this one. Okay. This is in my frame room upstairs. And I had the best time personalizing this. And putting all the little doodads and everything I could on it. So, all right. So those are just a few. And as I find more, I'll try to show you. All right. Now, I'm going to go through some fabrics. Well, I don't want to put this too far away. I'm going to go through some fabrics and accessories, things you might like. And let me know if Jody comes in, okay, everybody? Linda's here. Hi, sweetie. All right. And is there anything that anybody needed to... Oh, I'm sorry, sweetie. Take good care, hon. All right. Now, this is some of the stuff I grabbed from upstairs. And I'll show you all the fun, frilly stuff first, okay? Netting. This had gourds in it, but look at this nice orange netting. This was an oranges bag. All right, so what I'm doing is just going to try to get you excited and thinking about what kind of things can I start gathering to do my undersea. Look at this cool yarn. Okay, another pumpkin or gourd bag. And you know, if you look at underwater scenes, you'll see there's really bright colors, reds and oranges. Okay, then look at this cool yarn. It's like a velvet or chenille. It's a chenille yarn. So that is cool. I was running so late. I was grabbing this stuff so fast. So, but like I said, I can share some of this with you as long as I can just put it in an envelope with a stamp. Look at this. Isn't that cool? Purple tulle. A bath sponge. Look at this funky yarn. Now, when I'm showing this to you, you have to make some choices about your quilt. Do you want it to be your own fun scene, or do you want it realistic? You need to decide that. Or do you want a little bit of both? So there's just little choices you have to make. And you can still use undersea things as inspiration. But here's some more of that. Then pieces of netting and tulle. Look at this yarn. Wouldn't it be cool to have the fish behind some of this? See, that's the neatest thing. You'll be able to build depth. Look at this one. Oh, I've got another quilt to show you. I was given a piece of fabric, this fabric right here, and this was another contest. And it was, you have to use that fabric on your quilt. And what will you make? And this was my phoenix, which was supposed to represent my new life that I started 15 years ago, rising up out of the flames and ashes. And I put netting to kind of give the feathers some depth. There's a few beads on it and lots of thread painting. So that was another quilt. I forgot I stuck it in this bag. Now look at this. Isn't that cool? So remember, if you have friends who knit, ask them for bits and bobs and bunches. So any little kinds of things. Look at this glittery one. And then look at this cool one. So, as you can see, with just 5 minutes, that's what I came up with. So, does it give you any idea? Yeah, I got an Easter card today from some beautiful, wonderful woman. And it made me smile so good. All right. So, and as I said, I can share some of this because I have quite a bit. I've got my bolt of white tulle here. And here are some of the little things that I've had up here for a while. The pink netting left from the flamingo quilt. Pink eyelash, burgundy eyelash, bright pink eyelash. Remember my green that looks just like seaweed. Yellow netting. Okay, let me see. Then I've got some blue lame and a beautiful turquoise netting. And you saw my buttons and stuff from last week. Here's some off-white netting. It's kind of a yellowy off-white. Then I found this today up in my yarn cabinet. Then I found this. And it's, I don't know whether you call it like a crystal tool, but this even has, look, it has a little glitter to it. And this could be a little bit of like, to look like a little stream and have some of the fish behind it. So then I found some of these. Somebody had given me these at one point. And if you were going to do a fun-loving, there are some octopi or octopuses. And here's a squid and sea cucumbers. I mean, they've got all kinds of starfish. And I could even put one of those in an envelope for you. I brought over some of my rocks and stones because they have them undersea too. You may have to put a little piece of tulle over it to kind of give it a filmy look. This could be something on the bottom of the ocean. And you know what? I didn't bring any of my wood look fabrics, but that would be something good because you might want a shipwreck in your little piece of ocean. Okay, so there's all my fun stuff. And then earlier today, oh, I forgot about this too. Look at this. Wouldn't that be fun? Something like that could even be bubbles coming up from fish's mouth. So I'll put this over with my pretties, my pretty things. So then I went through, oh, and here's some gray tulle. That's really good for making something look less pronounced, like it's under the water. Okay. So, oh, I didn't even think of that. Yes. Okay. So I've got different kinds of fabrics because, you know, this could be a representation of where a school of fish went by and, you know, churned up the waters. But I got all the fabric. I got bits and pieces of fabric from my landscape fabrics that, look at this. Wouldn't that be a good bottom of the sea? You know, it's kind of got green and sand, but it looks like, you know, you're seeing it through the water. Then I found this. I said, that's cool. So I've got this one. Oh, I did bring this one over. I guess that could be an undersea wreck or something laying on the bottom. And, okay, hold on. This would be a good undersea plant. It's supposed to be like wheat in a wheat field, but that would look really good underwater. I have been planning on an undersea quilt for years. So then if you want shadowy areas or a dolphin or a shark, look at this. Isn't that cool? And see, you can even look at your fabric and then go, I take some of that yarn and I can kind of make that look. Now look at this. Cut it out like that's a plant or part of a reef. Then up near where the sun is, isn't that pretty? Up near the top, fabrics like this that you can cut an undersea plant out of. So there's just all kinds of things that you can do. This is a really pretty one. So, you know, what I suggest you do, when you look up and gather your inspiration photos, You can add all, make your undersea water look a little different. It's not all the same. It's not like when we were coloring as a kid and the sky was blue and the grass was green. It's all made up of all these little different mini environments. All right, so let me put this aside. I've got another one to show you. And I just got this in today, some Wonder Under Fusible, because I have a feeling I'll use it a lot for this quilt. That's another thing. I'm going to be buying online as I need certain things so that I don't have to worry about going in a store. All right, look at some of these underwater fabrics. Look at this. Look at these bubbles. Love bubbles. And you know what? Let's figure out how we can do some interesting bubbles. That would be awesome. So this came from my tub of landscape fabrics, and it's water. So bubbles are really cool looking under the water. So I don't know why the yellow's in there. But anyway, here I have lots and lots of bubbly fabrics. Don't forget nice dark shades so you can have some dark shady areas. So don't forget interesting fabrics like this. I remember when I was in marine biology, we used to dive down and swim through what we called fans. And it was plants that were kind of flat and had a big fan shape. So look for anything that you think I could use this. Look at this. Isn't that awesome? So just look through it, gather it, get it in one place, get a bucket or a laundry basket or whatever, and have it handy. All right. So now, let me show you my big tub. And this says beach fabric. Okay. I told you I've been collecting for this for a while. But when I taught the beach cottages class, I told my students that if they brought in some fabric, I would bring in some too. And then we could do an exchange where, you trade me a piece, I'll trade you a piece. But I have enough, I can cut some out. Look at these awesome fishes. I've been collecting for years knowing I wanted to do this. So little flip-flops, but we're going to do an undersea. I'm not sure flip-flops would be that important. Yeah, I've got lighthouses and stuff. Yeah, that's for above. But look at this. I get so excited when I see this stuff. I have been wanting to use it for so long. And that's why I'm thinking I'm going to do fantasy undersea so that I can just make it look so cool. This is neat, but it's mostly things for above the water. Oh, looky look. But every time I would see something, to me, that's fun. To hunt for fabric that works. Look at this. Isn't that awesome? Okay. Let me see. Lots of little bits. Oh, this is beautiful. Oh, look at the dolphins. Who was telling me they wanted to use dolphins? I think it was Pat Fry. Hey, girlfriend, I found dolphins. Woohoo! And You know, it's funny with fabric. Sometimes when you want them, you can't find them. So it's good to know that you're going to want to do this sometime so you can start, being on the lookout and saving them. Now let me see. Oh, this is pretty. And see where you get the ideas for all the different kinds of undersea plant life? Look at all that. That's why we can use so many things and have such fun. Okay. Now, this is supposed to look like a beach, but why couldn't you cut some of those out and put them underwater too? Because that's where they came from. And I have seen people do jellyfish where they get a translucent fabric and then have yarns and stuff that come down as the tentacles. So, oh, look at this. This would be great for a sea turtle in the background. Isn't that awesome? I love the idea of a shipwreck. Oh, you did, didn't you? Thank you. It's so neat because, I know I've collected these, but I didn't remember where I got what from. These are all above. These are all above water, but I've got plenty. Look at this. I love this sea turtle. Look at that. Oops, he's upside down. Sorry. You can't look at a sea turtle unless he's right side up. Look at that. Isn't that cool? So, here's more plants and little fish. And I cut them out. I would first. Oh, if you love clownfish. And anemone fish. And then here, got some crabs and shells and plants. See those plants? Cut them out. What I would do first is whatever you pick right there that you want, iron your fusible on the back of it, then cut it out. Then it's ready to pop down. And you can do these totally raw applique. You can go back. Oh, this is a gorgeous piece of fabric. Look at this. And see the bubbles and the lights and dark, the variations of the color in the water. But I love the bubbles. Now I want to try to figure out how I can make bubbles. Okay. Now this is something neat for you to know. Did anybody have any of this Kate facet fabric? You want bubbles? You can have bubbles, and you can have fish eyeballs, turtle eyeballs, whale eyeballs, any kind of eyeballs you want plus bubbles. What do you think? Yes. Oh, and it didn't like the word fusible for Kathleen, but I think she can use fusible. Oh, I love Finding Nemo. So, anyway, I'm not sure what this is, but as you can see, I'm blessed with tons and tons of fabric. I am willing to share. Here are some big fish. Look at this. I'm going to want some big fish. Oh, this one's so pretty. Isn't that beautiful? So are you getting excited? Oh, what if you put washers behind the fabric and then used a translucent white paint? Put bubble wrap and we've got to experiment, guys. We've got to experiment because I would love little plastic-like bubbles on my quilt, but I have to figure out how to do it. Here's a dolphin, sea turtle, starfish. In fact, are you ready for this? Oh, Look at this. Ooh, boy. Boy, oh, boy. Look at that. Now, yeah, I'm just wondering if we could use some kind of paint, put the bubble wrap under fabric and try painting on it and seeing if it makes a bubble look. Might not, but I think I'll be doing some experimenting this weekend. Oh gosh, this is my cute fabric. You could even have kids underwater. Aren't they cute? And then here is a denser underwater. Look at these plants. So you cut them out with fusible on the back and you iron them down. Then I collected some fabric that would make good fish. Like this. Look at this one. Wouldn't that make a cool fish? All right, let me see. Then here is, whoa. This one is a busy fish one. They're fish, but they are all jumbled in. I'm not sure if I like this one. It's too jumbly for me. But I could cut out, look at this. I could cut the red and purple out to make a plant. Oh, it's Gromit showing himself. Daddy probably is going to, well, Daddy should have already fed him. Anyway, look at little tiny angelfish. Because see, don't just have one size. Want big ones, little ones. Isn't that sweet? So anyway, as you can see, I have, oh, here is great stuff to make those fan plants that I was telling you about. And what you would do is you would decide the shape of it, put your fusible in the back and cut it out. So I'm probably boring you to death now, but I just thought, I'm tired today. After all this cleaning, I thought maybe this would be a good idea session. And then here are some little teeny ones. Look at those cute little ones. So, once you show me that you have, and here, see, just cut out. It's like construction paper. You cut them out and you iron them down. Oh, look at this. I would love to share with you. So next week, if you show me you've got something started, then I'll make sure to get your, if I don't already have your name and address, I'll get your name and address, and I'll cut you a collection that can go in a regular legal envelope, you know, the whatever, and I'll get them out to you, along with some Angelina fabrics. Oh, wait till you see this one. Oh, boy. Oh, my goodness gracious. Okay, hold on. I have been wanting to do this for so long. Look at these. Aren't they something? I think it would be cool to have, I'm going to like make one fish like he's right there looking at me as if I'm diving down in their world and one of them's come right up to look at me. So I'll make sure I have a big one for that. Oh, yay. I've got lobster. I've got plants. I've got seahorses. And even a little whale. So I just wanted to show you that I have been collecting for quite a while. And you know, I didn't buy all this. Most of it was either given to me or I bought a box of old fabric somebody didn't want for $5, and this is what I pulled out of it. Look at that. The sea cucumbers, some of those fans I was telling you about. Neat. So, just more of some of the same. Ooh, this is cool. You know how sometimes it's kind of far away and you don't see the colors anymore? You just, did you see a beluga whale? Oh, where is that? Oh, is it on this white background? Yes, I see it. Neat. So, but this is kind of cool. You know, you have an area like the color right by you, but then in the background have some of that. Oh no. This is another one where they've taken fish and they've just got little pieces of it in it. That's a dumb one. This is a lily pad. I'm not sure this would work for our undersea. But then now I've got lots and lots of scraps and things. Oh, look at this. Look at these sea turtles. So what I will do is I will sit and cut out a selection for everybody that wants some, that's participating. And, oh, this is kind of cool. What if you did something like you could do a shell out of that? Or, oh, this is neat. So anyway, does this give you some good ideas, ladies? And, they've got stylized ones. Alls and blues and purples. And then these that are just fun and silly. But anyway, look at these cute little ones. I love the eyeballs on that one. That's what I look like when I wake up. So, all right, ladies. So your homework assignment is to start gathering your stuff, get what you think you're going to want for background, figure out what you'd like to do. Oh my goodness, did I show you this already? These are big old fishes. Big, 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 big fishes. All right, so as you can see, I have plenty to share. Be getting your background. Somebody figure out how we can make bubbles on it. Wouldn't it be cool to have 3D bubbles? There's bound to be some way. I'll have to figure it out. What if you could cut out bubble wrap so that it didn't deflate the bubble and we glue it on? Cut little tiny bubbles out of bubble wrap. But I'll be working on it this weekend because that's the part of quilting, art quilting that I love. Is figuring out how can I make that work. But anyway, I will be happy to cut and share bits here and there, whatever I can fit in that envelope. So, you think we have enough for a start? I think we have enough. So, anyway, so is there anything? Hi, Diana Wright, sweetheart. Yeah, and you can draw it out. You can plan it. Or we can just get all the stuff in front of us and just play, The good thing about using it, if you don't iron it down till you're sure you want it there, is you can pin it or put a little drop of glue, and then when that's my Diana Wright. So anyway, but any other questions? Yeah, I've got an idea about a whale. So, but the main thing is I love my art quilts to have 3D, that you want to go up and touch them. And that's what I really want to do is just, I want some of the fish. Now remember this, okay? I did this 4 years ago, but I might pull off some of this stuff and do it again. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get my scraps of batting, especially if it's polyester scraps, and I'm going to cut the shape of the fish and put a little touch of glue to glue the batting to the back side of the fish fabric and then put them down. Now, how do you do that with fusible? I don't know. I don't think you do. You don't want to flatten them out too much. So those I might have to sew on by hand or by machine. But see here how I have the turtle behind the long fronds of seagrasses coming up? So, and like this fish, I'm going to take this fish back off. I'm going to put batting under him. So I'm excited. And next week, I'm going, I will do, I will do a pattern of a fish and have your fabrics ready. And we're going to cut, I'll put the pattern up on the site so that you can print it off and cut it out, get your fabric ready. And then we're going to take fun fabrics like the Cape facet dots or, you know, some of those unusual prints that would make really cool fish bodies. And we're going to make a fantasy fish next week. So that's what we're going to start with next week is our fantasy fish. And I will make a pattern up and break it down so you can, you know, know just what you're going to cut up. And you're just going to play and see what you can do. So, and you, if you want to, get a googly eye and glue on him. Whatever makes you happy. But then the back of interfacing, the white bubbly kind. We could try some of this. So what we're going to call this is going to be our distraction undersea wonderland quilt to distract us from scary things out in the world that we can't do anything to change except take care of ourselves. We can get good sleep, we can eat good, and we can play. Because let me tell you, they have done studies. People that have hobbies, that have joyful hobbies, live longer and live healthier. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to hunker down. And if we have to play every other day, we're going to play every other day. So does that sound like a good idea to y'all? And this is going to be our good, happy distraction and quilt. And we're just going to play. Remember, that's what's most important here. Lowers your blood pressure, raises your immune system, and that's always a good thing. So if it's warm where you are, sit out and get some good sun. Vitamin D helps to keep you well. Did you know that? So this week I challenge you to take vitamins if you have them. I challenge you to get more sleep, to eat a little better, to sit out in the sun, even if it's just for a few minutes of that day. And all right, well then you're taken care of. Because you know what? It's really crappy when you run out of toilet paper. I'd hate to have to go through my stash. Oh, did Jody ever make it here? Jody offered to pay the shipping to get my scraps. Ready to see this? This has got to be almost 20 pounds of scraps. I'm going to go to the post office and see how much it would cost to mail this, and then let her know. She may not. And I threw away this much more because what I did is any little dumb strips and anything that didn't have any usable space, I threw out. I've got a whole bag this size that I threw out because it was torn and messed up and stuff. But these are, she said she wanted them. So I went through and I told you I had 2 garbage bags of them and I turned them into 1 useful bag. Oh, she is here. Jody. So Jody, here it is. And I hope you heard me say I went through and cleaned it, tried to get any threads and junk, you know, little stuff that wasn't going to do you any good. I hope I cleaned it good enough for you, but I will let you know how much it's going to cost so you can decide yay or nay. And, but anyway, that's what I've been so busy. I know. And for me, they made me a nervous wreck looking at them. It's like, I don't know what to do with them. And I didn't have any place to put them away. So they sat there all the time making fun of me. So Yes, yes, Bonnie, exactly. Bonnie is not going to do anything until after she moves. So you don't want to have to move. I mean, some of these I've moved twice. Come on, Deb. So thank you, because if nothing else, it's taken the weight off my shoulders. So anyway, yeah. Oh, you've got floss, and you know what? Um, I'm trying to think if there's any new pictures. We'll do pictures next week, and that way you can have something to show me. And yes, they were making googly eyes at me. And did y'all hear me the other day say peony? I worked hard to teach myself to say peony. Oh, and let me try this one. Uh-oh, hold on. Oh no, chill, chili, chillicothe, chillicothe. Yeah, chillicothe. I'm trying to say Jody's town, Chillicothe. I hope, but anyway, peony. There you go, not peony. I don't know where I got peony from. I have a feeling I had some crazy aunt that's the way she said it. So I've been working real hard at my pronunciations. So anyway, all right, please promise me to take good care of yourself. Tomorrow, I'm going to go to a movie during the daytime because I haven't been yet, and I know that tomorrow's the last time I can go for probably a month. And I'm going to go see Emma, and I'm going to go during the day when there's no one else there. I'm going to take my hand sanitizer, my wipe down the chair, and that's going to be my okay. Once, oh, thank you, sweetie. That'll be my last time out of this house until we get the all clear, you know. And I can always take walks around my neighborhood, but I figured I'm just not going to go up and say hi to any of them. We'll just say hi from a distance. It's like, stay over there. So anyway, yes, I do want to see Emma, and I thought you better go to the movies now because they say that's not a good place to be. You will share germs there. So, yep, I'll just wave to them. But we're going to be okay through all this as long as we use our brain and we do the things you know make sense. You know what I was just looking up here at? And now this is the wrong color. But if you could get a necklace like this or paint this, these could be bubbles. I'm going to work on this bubble thing because I want bubbles on my quilt. I love bubbles. So anyway, all right, guys. Oh, Emma's at the Aperture. I thought it was. It better be at the Grand. I love going to the Grand because then I can get my popcorn and my soda and lean back in the recliner. And do you know the AMC Polly, the AMC by me on Ronaldo? It's gone. Gone. So right now we just have the Aperture, the Grand, and the AMC near the Walmart, right off 40. So anyway, okay, guys, I am going to get ready to go and see if that meatloaf came out all right. And y'all are the best. And thank you for my Easter card, Miss Elfkin. Is she just the most thoughtful woman? And the letter she shared with us on the site touched my heart so much. I'm thinking I want to take time for my sweet answer, and so I can answer her just right. But I want you all to know you mean everything to me. And Lynn Lime is here, who I think her real name is Julie. I was trying to remember that. So, Julie, take good care of yourself. Y'all are the best. And I'll see you Sunday. And you know what? If we all get hunkered in, either we'll take a longer time or we'll put an extra one in and just sit and sew together, just so we can have somebody to chat with and not feel so housebound. Because that's the good thing about us. We can visit anytime we want. We're right here. So take good care of yourselves. Please take good care of yourself. Eat right. Go to bed early every night. And do something special just for you. Because there's a lot of stress going on around here. But take good care of yourself, okay? Mwah. Bye, you guys. I can't wait to see what you come up with next week. Bye-bye, Linda. You're a doll, baby. So good seeing all of you. Take really good care. Bye, my Bonnie. My Bonnie lies over. Oh, you don't want me to sing, do you? Bye, sweetheart.